What's going on, good people? How you doing? How you feeling? Welcome back to the channel, man. If you've been here before, glad to see you again. If you're a new face, glad to have you. Right now, we're getting ready to tune into a donation request via PayPal for NF, How Could You Leave Us? This right here is sent from a subscriber who would love to hear some NF. And he has gotten a lot of play around here. The man is lyrical, but he speaks without cursing, which is kind of an extreme upside. Ill raps. I want to say like 0 to none cursing. Like, yeah. Let's check this man out and see how this goes. How could you leave us? Now, I was told that this was like a prelude to Hope.
We waited for you, but you just left us. We needed you.
Okay, you see the bills.
Yo, I don't know what it's like to be addicted to pills, but I do know what it's like to be a witness to kills. Mama told me she loved me, I'm thinking this isn't real. I think of you when I get a whiff of that cigarette smell, yeah. Welcome to the bottom of hell. They say pain is a prison, let me out of my cell. You say you proud of me, but you don't know me that well. Sit in my room, tears running down my face, and I yell into my pillowcases. Say you coming to get us, then call a minute later just to tell us you're not. I'm humiliated. I'm in a room with the parent that I don't barely know. Some lady in the corner watching us while she's taking notes.
Oh, I'm in a room with a parent that I barely even know. NF has a lot of trauma, childhood trauma, that he speaks about openly. He speaks about how it's shaped him, how it's pushed his career. It literally is the reason why we listen to this man, because he knows how to speak about it. I hope people aren't getting the enjoyment off of the fact that he has childhood trauma, no. But the way in which he presents it and releases that trauma is good music, and I'm here for every bit of that. Yeah.
Coming to get us, then call a minute later just to tell us you're not. I'm humiliated. I'm in a room with the parent that I don't barely know. Some lady in the corner watching us while she's taking notes. I don't get it, Mom. Don't you wanna watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no, but you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping till them pills kill you. I know you're gone, but I can still feel you.
Yo, the part where he said all you had to do is say is no. Once something has a hold of you, it's not that easy to say no. It doesn't matter what it is. Once it has a hold on you, you can be shaking your head saying no and still be like 2 seconds away from doing it. It's crazy.
Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us here? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? I got this picture in my room and it kills me, but I don't need a picture of my mom, I need the real thing. Now a relationship is something we won't ever have, but why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? You should have been there when I graduated, told me you love me and congratulations. Instead you left us at the window waiting. Where you at, Mom? What you young to understand? Where you at, huh? Yeah, I know them drugs that got you held captive. I can see it in your eyes, they got your mind captured. Some say it's fun to get the high, but I am not laughing. And what you don't realize and what you're not grasping, that I was nothing but a kid who couldn't understand it. I ain't gonna say that I forgive you cause it hasn't happened. I thought that maybe I'd feel better as time passes. If you really cared for me the way you acting. Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us?
childhood trauma can relate to this, especially if you have abandonment issues, a fear of people leaving you. I had it too. I have it. I'm not even gonna say I had it. I have it. I have it, but I'm aware of it. I became aware of it as a teenager, extremely aware of it, and I pulled back from everybody. I realized that I was like that. And so I did not get attached to anyone, or I tried not to. Because the fear and it's the feeling, not even the fear. It's the feeling of when they leave and when they do the things that you hope that they wouldn't, and it comes true. Like, you basically like, yeah, nah, you just don't want it to happen, but you know it will. And you give that grace and it still happens. It's the worst, bro. But as a child, you don't know that, right? You just think, why don't they love me? Bro. Wow. To my subscriber for this one, look, I understand now. I get it.
Did I forgive you cause it hasn't happened? I thought that maybe I'd feel better as time passes. If you really cared for me the way you acting, why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Our last conversation, you and I sat in the living room, talking about my music, and I brought you something to listen to. You started crying, telling me this isn't you. A couple weeks later, guess you were singing a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once, I guess they came back to finish you. Crying my eyes out in the studio is difficult. Music is the only place that I can go to speak to you. It took everything inside of me not to scream at your funeral. Sitting in my chair, that person talking was pitiful. I wish you were here, mama, but every time I picture you, all I feel is pain. I hate the way I remember you. They found you on the floor, I could tell you felt hollow. Gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. You gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. Don't know if you hear me or not, but if you're still watching, why? Why would you leave us? Why would...
You know what's getting me choked up right now? In my head, right, when I'm upset, that's all I'm doing is yelling. I speak real calmly, or I try to. But when I'm going through those type of feelings, that's what it sounds like in my head. Like I'm yelling. I'll paint the picture. The world is like this big, and I'm standing on top of the world, and I am yelling. Yeah. Those feelings of never being able to get certain questions answered. He keeps asking why. He'll never be able to get that answered. That overall feeling of it didn't have to be this way. You could have done something differently. I could have done, like, as a kid, there's nothing you can do. You don't know that. And you get older and you have a conversation with your mom. It's the last conversation you have. I mean, my mom's still here, but I went through that with my dad. So yeah, I completely get that.
Watching, why? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us?
It's tough. It's tough watching this. It is. It's really tough watching this, bro.
Sometimes I think about things like, when I have kids and like, you won't be there, you won't be there for any of that.
Scary, bro. That's scary thoughts, bro. It's not like
I'll never get to see you again.
you don't have.
Sometimes I wish I would've just called you. I wish I would've just picked up the phone.
He's hurt. That man is hurt.
I mean, you should have been there for us. You should have been here. The pills got you right. And pills got you right. I wish you were here.
Damn. Yeah. That's hard. That was tough. That was tough to watch. If you have if you feel similar to the man and you can relate to the man, that right there was tough to watch. That was tough to watch. And I didn't know that about NF. I did not. As much as I've been listening to him and as much as I hear him crying out, I did not hear that he lost his mom as an adult to pills. You go through one childhood trauma, you grow up and start doing something to release that, and then it's almost like it circles back around. And like you said, they came to finish her off. It was tough to watch. It's not a bad watch. It's just you start going through certain motions and you start thinking about how it relates to you and where you were at in your life when things like that were happening for you. At least for me, that's what happens when I'm doing these reactions. I'm not one of those people who's going to jump out of my chair and flip my chair if something is good. But if something is heartfelt and something is emotionally filled, I'm going to react with those emotions. Genuinely. And don't get me wrong. It's a gift and a curse type thing. Like, I hate that it's like that for me. I don't want to keep doing this, like, tearing up and, like, come on, bro. That's really not the move. But if I was listening to the song in my car or it just so happened to come on while I'm doing something, I would have the same reaction. So that's the tricky part, scary part, really, is he really draws that out of me. And I'm sure he gets it out of you too. And to the subscriber who donated for this one, look, I completely understand. Hopefully, this song isn't that real for you. I don't know what that situation is like for you, but this was big. This was a big one. And, NF, like I said, he makes music that anyone who's been through traumatic experiences can relate to, especially when it's dealing with your parents, when it's dealing with your own mental health. He's that go-to guy, which is crazy. It's crazy in a good way, but it's crazy. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, people. I need to go recharge a little bit, get a little pick me up. Maybe take Twiggy for a walk or something. Till then, you guys, man, look. If you're fighting addiction, someone that is fighting addiction, just don't give up on them. Just don't give up on them. Even when you think they're having a good day, ask them, are they okay? Like, just don't give up on them, man. You never know when it might be the last time. And hopefully it's not. But when you know that it's not them who is in control of their life, it's something that is in control of their life, yeah, just be there for them. But till further notice, good people, Stay tuned. Lock it in. But definitely try to have a better day.